Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. Today's show is not what I was expecting to publish today. I'm here in the heart of Rome, Italy. I'm one block from Piazza del Popolo, with its ancient Egyptian obelisk at the center of the square. It's 2 blocks from Villa Borghese, the gardens that were transformed by Cardinal Borghese in 1605 from a vineyard into a 200-acre park. The Spanish Steps, one of the biggest tourist attractions in Rome, lead up to the entrance of the park. Well, I came here to visit my aunt of 97 years of age, whose health was failing. She didn't have any specific life-threatening ailment, but she was simply getting old, and the body systems weren't working like they used to. Well, she died this morning in her sleep. I'm glad I made the trip on Thursday and didn't wait until Sunday, when it would have been more convenient for me. I got to spend some time with her. In retrospect, not enough. I'm not sure if she heard me. She seemed to be sleeping and was somewhat sedated by the painkillers that she was taking. We played some music from her childhood, and that seemed to be soothing her. Her son, who lives a 10-minute walk from her apartment, was forced to be in quarantine under Italian law, having tested positive for COVID-19 a week ago. Her daughter-in-law was also in quarantine, and somehow her nephew from Canada, that's me, and her granddaughter from Israel were the only 2 that could travel to see her without restrictions. My aunt was the last surviving member of my parents' generation. Even recently, when I visited her in the fall of this year, I would ask her questions about her childhood. She escaped the Second World War by boarding a ship in 1939 bound for the U.S. at the age of 14 by herself. Her brother, my father, made a similar trip that same year. He had been studying at the University of Padua when things got ugly in Europe. We're all running hard, keeping our businesses operating, solving problems as they arise, tending to our families, publishing podcast episodes. Well, today's a day of reflection for me. It reminds me of how even at 97 years of age, life is short. My aunt wanted to spend the summer at the beach house to get out of the oppressive heat that is so common here in Rome at the height of summer. It's hot here today, at 38 degrees or about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It reminds me that we face choices every day. We make hundreds of decisions, perhaps thousands, of how to prioritize our time. After all, it's all we really have is time, and not very much of it at that. The last family members to see my aunt were myself and her granddaughter. Nobody else got to see her in her final days. We grabbed a few slices of takeout pizza on Friday and ate in her formal dining room while she was sleeping. That formal dining room was host to so many dinner parties over the years. Family dinners around the holidays, Friday night dinners with friends, dinners with some of Rome's most notable people. Those slices of pizza seemed insignificant at the time. In the scheme of things, they're probably still insignificant, and any significance to be attached to them is purely my own story that I'm fabricating out of thin air. But those slices of pizza will hold a special place in my memory forever, or at least for however long I've got left on this planet. I'm walking around her apartment. I sat down at the keys of her Steinway grand piano, which she loved to play. I made a video recording of the last time she played the piano about 6 months ago. Even then, I had no idea of the significance of that recording. Today will only happen once, so make sure you take the time and do what's most important. Take care of your health, hug your loved ones, tell them how important they are to you. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day, and truly go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.